Hello, and here we are. Much shorter starting time than I did last time. Fix that window. I need to get rid. Alright, let's check. Oh, I've sold a bunch of things. Sold all my water. Water. More water. Oh, I sold some crafting tools. That's good. Pretty much one dude came and bought all the crafting tools. One. These loaded faster. These used to be really quick. This server email's a little slow. My guess is this dude bought enough tools either for all his characters. Oh, hey, my super bow droid sold. Two sold. Should make more of those. My fire blast sold. Good. Good sales. Better than I've had lately. What happened to my music? It turned itself off for some reason. I think someone bought my fire blast. Yep. That's part of the remnant part they bought. And some steel. $12.5 million credits. Not too shabby. I think we were just over 12 last time. I really don't want to leave this spot yet. First, let me check. Maybe it's not. Last time I was playing, I was offline. I managed to finish the gas one on this collection, and I got all 5 of the organic matter. I looked up what that was. I think that was flora. Yeah, that was just like flora, like rice or wheat or different food stuff that might randomly seeds that grow, and then this is geo energy. Was on a really good high concentrated spot. I just want to see if it's here before I leave. Yeah, I had 2 of them. It didn't take me that long to get. Yeah, I need to get 3 more of those, and then 5 water, which I have. Water's not hard to find on Tatooine, but it a super high concentration of it. Simply it. So I may have to go to a different planet. So I'm not gonna leave just yet to do that. Let's do. Keep going back and forth. It's like either I want to do grind my medic, or I want to alright. Of course, you know I got space I could do too. Here, Oh, it's that stupid light glitch. What's causing that? Wait, do I have a space mission? Oh, it's like viewing. Space. I see my space. I can go up there. I don't have to go get buffs. Yeah, that stuff. Oh. Man, that's far away. Let's fly out there. Minutes. That making some noise. Still 9,000 away. Alright. That thing again. I'm on parallels windows. Anytime I go off window, I come back, it like moves my camera. This is my ship. Normally I went back inside the camp. Space ship is. It's really annoying. $6,000 away. I did the waypoint updates. I need the location. Oh, I need a better ship. Come on, let's get some experience. Better ship. They'll go faster, at least traveling faster. Can't upgrade this ship at all. Can't even boost. Get it. Oh. It's a tier 2, so it's got a lot more damage, a lot more resistance. Tier 1s I was fighting. Damage. Not good, come on. Weapon needs recharge. Go. No, hold on. Get this. There we go, yay! Let's get him. Tier 1. Okay, hold on a minute, I'll make it on there. As soon as this guy's dead. There we go.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
now I can hear you.
Hello. Hey, what up?
Yeah, I had a different headset plugged in and it asked to switch device and I think it didn't switch back yet.
I see.
Now let's go back to the station. Yeah, I can't wait till I can get to a normal ship where I can upgrade it. Am I there? Wait a minute.
Are you using like a rental ship or something?
I'm using this. I have to use the starting ship they start you out with. You
I see.
you have to upgrade your, not upgrade. You have to level up your piloting profession separately, and then like so like I'm at this Imperial Technology 1. I'm here, but I've got to complete the missions to get past that point. So once I do that, I'll get this, which means that the reward here is TIE Fighter Piloting Certification, which means because the first skill gives you TIE Fighter Light Duty Piloting Certification. That's what this ship is. The regular TIE Fighter means you can actually upgrade it.
I see.
So it'll look exactly the same as this, but I can put boosters and upgrade the weapons.
Just do all of the missions based with the basic ship. Just go hardcore.
I don't even know if that's possible, to be honest. I mean, there is some stuff, if you're good enough, you can, but there's some missions you get later on. It's like, if you were in this ship, they would blow you up with like one missile.
Yeah. That's one thing I like about Dark Souls. You can pretty much beat the entire game without upgrading. No, you can't. You can beat the entire game with just using the weakest weapon and not upgrading it.
Yeah,
It would take you a very long time, but it's doable. Because it's mainly about skill in that game. Although weapons help greatly if you upgrade them.
Yeah. But I mean, is that saying like you would still level up your character, just not your weapon?
You could do it without leveling up too.
I don't see how anybody does
Because
that.
in Dark Souls 1, weapon durability is really, really strong. And you will whittle down the enemy. So if you're really good at dodging, you would win. if you can last long enough and keep consistent damage, you would eventually beat them. Because there's no boss that regenerates HP in Dark Souls 1.
Oh, okay.
Like there is in Dark Souls 2 and 3. In those games, you wouldn't be able to do it. You'd have to upgrade something to do all the bosses.
I was watching a playthrough one time. This guy who was doing Bloodborne, he had apparently beaten all 3 Demon Souls, all 3 Dark Souls games, and he just hadn't played Bloodborne yet, so he decided to stream it or record it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was very experienced in these games, and he came in and played it, and he was like, I forget, did you play Bloodborne?
Did I play Bloodborne?
Yeah.
No, I've
Okay.
seen people play it.
Well, are you familiar with the first wolf that you come across?
Yeah, the boss in the bridge.
No, not a boss. It's the very first
Oh.
enemy you come across. He's like in the library, church building, whatever you're in. Like when it's when you spawn with no weapons.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he started fighting it, and he was like, I have no weapons, what am I supposed to do? And he was like dodging and all this stuff. He killed it with no weapons. I was like, how in the world? Like, I was dumbfounded because I tried doing it once or twice, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that.
One of the best strength weapons in Dark Souls 1 you get from killing. So in Dark Souls 1, there's this boss at the very beginning of the game, and when you run into it, you don't have any weapons. What you do, it's a broken sword, but your fists do about the same amount of damage, so you might as well just use your fist. And the idea of it is you're supposed to run, and if you don't run, you'll die and you'll spawn somewhere else. But you can beat it, and if you beat it, you get its hammer, which is one of the best weapons in the game, damage-wise, purely damage. And so, I've just seen people I've done it before with just my fist, because I was making a strength character, and I was like, I want to get this weapon. And it just takes a while. I saw one of my buddies when he played it, he did it. He didn't know about the weapon though. He just wanted to do it, so he kept making a new character. Same thing in Salt and Sanctuary. There's this boss. You're supposed to die to it, but you can beat it. Because the idea is you come back and beat it in New Game Plus. But who wants to do that when you can beat it their first time around and get the New Game Plus items in your first playthrough?
Yeah.
And so I lost to it. I came back and fought it. It was like it will one-shot you. First time I played it, I was like, this is so annoying. And then I figured out its pattern. It was really easy after that. The only thing about it is it's an endurance match because you don't have a weapon that can deal damage. He's got high HP. And not in Dark Souls, in Salt and Sanctuary, the endurance game does not work well because every action that uses up your stamina, magic, dodging, swinging a weapon, it doesn't just make the bar go down and then come back up like in Dark Souls and stuff. It actually it reduces it by its total by a little bit every time. So eventually you will run out of stamina. There's a limit to how low it can go. So you'll have at least one roll or one hit, but it just gets at that point you have to choose whether you want to hit or roll. And the bosses get really fast later. So you can do that game a low level. I've done it. I could speed run. That's the game I could speed run. Sorry, continue.
Oh no, it's fine. I think I goofed. I think I left my trainer before I talked to him. That's my problem. I don't always read what they tell me. I launched into space.
I think Star Wars Galaxies looks really nice, even for today.
It's got its problems, but I mean, there's I don't know. There's aspects of it I think that are really, really nice. I think the like buildings and essentially I think all the worlds look really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's really mostly mechanic stuff that kind of holds this game back, and like some of the basic, I think some of the core, how the game functions just could use some improvements. Like I know a lot of things that are in the game are made that way to make it an MMO. It's made to make it be a little bit of a time sink into it, but there's definitely some aspects that that could alleviate, make it a little more fun if they could just simply make a few tricks faster.
Yeah.
Especially
With
especially inventory management.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Minecraft needs the same thing.
Yeah. I like inventory management in games. Oh my god. So like in Minecraft, the solo world that I've been playing on, I was like, what time is it? Because I was getting a whole bunch of dirt underground, and because I'm making like an oasis in the desert, and I was moving. I had to keep making like shovels and stuff and picks and whatnot, and that was taking me a while. And I was making the shape, and like every time I'd go in and out of my house, that's where I keep all my animals because I don't have any place for them right now.
Hmm.
And I got like 4 horses, and they kept getting in the way as I was trying to leave the door or open up a chest, and it was just getting really annoying. And I was like, fine, whatever. We're making the barn. I'm making the barn tonight, then I'll go to bed. And it was like 10 o'clock. And I was like, yeah, I'll do this. And then I look up, and I'm like, oh, and I was like finishing up the barn. And I was like, oh, it's almost 11. That's okay. And then like some Endermen ran off with some of my grass and some of my sand that I had just placed, so I went chasing after them. I made a chicken coop. And then I looked up at the clock, and I was like, man, I am tired. I was like, it's probably 12 or like late 11. It was still like 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to bed now.
Oh, sweet. I just went and got trained. And he trained me twice. That's good, because I got to the TIE Fighter that I needed, but also he gave me the next certification. Not certification, the next, certification. The, I can use level 2 and 3 ship parts now.
That's good. Question, do you like tabletop games?
I do. The problem is I never have that many people who actually want to play like the complicated.
Yeah.
Because I
ask because there's a Star Wars one. And it's got like ability and stuff. What was that?
I figured there's a few Star Wars ones.
There's the one from the 80s, which is free. It's a basic D20, and then there's the Wizards of the Coast version of it when they bought it, which is another D20, and that one's like $10. Then there's Fantasy Flight Games, and they're $80, $60, $90 books. They're really expensive at Fantasy Flight Games, and they double dip, and I hate double dipping on a product. Like, let me explain this just in case you don't understand. Like,
I'm not quite sure.
it's like because they're rule books and stuff, and like there's 3 core rule books that they have. The problem with these 3 core rule books is they sell them as individual games. They even like talk about that. They're like, this is a different game, 3 games, 3 different books, but it's not. It's the same rules. It's the same game. Just one has Jedi stuff in it. The other one has Empire stuff in it. The other one has like the War Empire stuff. The other one has just the Outer Rim. So it's like, just sell a core rule book and then sell these expansions if that's how you're going to do it. Don't charge extra money for the same rules 3 times.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And that's what they just do, stuff like that. It irks me. And like people, the fans of the game like really like love it, and they get kind of like blinded by their love for it. Because like if you mention that, they get kind of upset. But there's there was this one guy, he posted the entire collection. It's like thousands of dollars. I think it totaled to something like $3,000. And he's like, yeah, guys, just finished my collection. Like, that's a lot of money for a hobby. But then I thought about my hobbies, and I'm like, yeah, I think most people spend a lot of money on their hobbies anyway.
Pretty much, that's kind of how hobby is, and it just depends what your hobby is, whether it's considered acceptable or not.
Yeah, because like there's plenty of people who like, I've talked about this before too. Some people are like, you spend a lot of money on games, and I really don't. I usually get most of if my games are not under 20, I usually don't get them because I wait for sales and stuff.
Yeah,
or used games.
I'm the same. Like over half the games I got are from the PS Plus membership, which I don't pay full price for that.
I think that was like $60, and it was on sale $1. It was a real recent game too, like this year or last year, something crazy like that.
Well,
I saw it on PlayStation 4.
I think Epic Games has put out like 3 games for free. Like for 2 days, you can go out there and claim it.
Oh, that's cool.
They'd send out some email, then they'd be like, they'd say something related to the pandemic, people staying home. They'd be like, go claim this game now while you can for 48 hours. And it was kind of their thank you to people who already like had signed up through Epic, which I had done a long time ago because I had tried out Fortnite, and they send stuff every once in a while. I didn't care for Fortnite too much.
What was that?
I didn't care for Fortnite too much.
Neither did I. Like, I used to be really into shooters when I was like younger, but like I just don't have the super competitive nature for some of these shooter games.
Yeah.
I also don't have I wouldn't say reflexes. I've got really good reflexes. It's just like,
well, what annoys me a lot is I watch, because then I was like, okay, I'm bad at the game. Let me watch people who are good at the game. And there's 2 things that they do, and I hate doing both of them. One is they either are psycho builders, or they're just constantly like build, shoot, build, and it's just constant. I'm like, that doesn't look fun to me. And the other one is they're constantly jumping everywhere they go, all the time. And I'm like, that looks ridiculously stupid.
Back in the Call of Duty, I think like Call of Duty was like the big shooter. If you watch like people play, they're like the top players and stuff. They were always switching their weapons back and forth, and it was so annoying. It's like pistol rifle, pistol rifle, pistol rifle, pistol rifle, and there's no benefit to it. They're just bored. They're so like, when you get to like a certain competitiveness, I guess there's like a twitchiness to it because you're always on the move and you're always looking. If that makes sense.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't want to play games like that.
I like Halo because it's more about map control and less about responding to incidents. I got really into Killzone for a while.
Right.
When that came out for the PlayStation 4. I would say I was pretty good at that, but
I said, I figure out how I can wear my pilot suit. Pocket workbench. Okay.
Oh, did you get the Empire pilot suit? Like the TIE pilot with the black helmet?
Yep.
Those are so cool.
Hey, I got it. Doesn't look good with this brown stuff, but... Oh yeah, there was another, what's that outfit I used to wear with this? Well, I gotta look for it. There's a particular outfit I used to wear with this outfit, because it was like, I liked it just because it had Imperial stuff on it.
I like the outfit, looks nice.
Well, it's so like standard, like everyone who gets it gets this outfit. So what I did was, hold on,
it's the noob armor.
Yeah, it kind of is. Clothing, the vest. I think it's a decorative vest. Yeah, but this is Yeah, these aren't the ones I want.
It's like in Dark Souls 1. This was like a year or something after Dark Souls 1 came out. IGN made like a beginner's guide for it. And the beginner's guide is awful. Like, you don't want to do what they tell you to do if you play Dark Souls. Because, like, it's a noob trap. If you know what a noob trap is?
Might need a reminding.
It's, I don't know if other games use it, but I know Dark Souls uses it. The terminology. It's like, it seems good, and it's good for a bit, but then it tapers off really quickly. So it's not useful. It loses usefulness really quickly. And that's why it's a noob trap, because if you're a new player, you think it's great and amazing, and then it just starts holding you back.
Gotcha.
Because there's this weapon, it's called the, dragon weapons don't scale in Dark Souls 1. And there's a dragon weapon you can get called the dragon sword, and the Drake, the one, lands on a bridge and shoots like fire at you. And if you break its tail, either by fighting it on the bridge or using an arrow, it will give you the Drake sword. And the Drake sword does like 200 damage, which is a lot, but it doesn't scale, so you don't get any bonuses from it. And upgrading it uses very valuable resources that you can use on other dragon weapons that are much better. And so the guide, they're like, use this weapon's great. And they're like, by the way, after you head that way, go through the forest and get this armor. And the armor is okay. The problem with armor is that, like, most of the time, it doesn't really matter in Dark Souls what armor you're wearing.
Yeah, it's like Bloodborne.
As long as you got a roll. But yeah, so like all the stuff they tell you to get slows you down. So like you're slow, you're heavy, your rolls are a bit bad. You can take a little bit more hits than normal, and the weapon isn't going to carry you that far. And so you'll like at first you'll be like, "Oh, it's amazing," but then you'll start struggling really early on. I don't like the guide. It's not a good guide. It doesn't explain mechanics. It doesn't explain anything that new players really need to know.
Oh boy,
it just says, "Hey, go to this dragon tail."
Here's the whole interface.
Say that again. What about the interface?
The whole interface I haven't dealt with in a while, where you look at all the components that you put in your ship. Like, I need to. Yeah, the reactor's loaded. See, the reactor's loaded, but like, there's this weapon. This is the standard one. No, that's not the one. That's the standard one. Go back. There we go. Generate ship. Now I've got two ships. Okay. Let's delete. Well, no, let's keep that ship.
Who's the robot you have?
Huh?
What is the robot you have on your stream?
He just interacts with chat.
Oh, he interacts with chat?
Yeah, when people come in, he says hi. I think he's supposed to. They use certain emotes. I just added them in.
I haven't noticed. I'm going in this chat, the channel and what I'm doing.
Okay, so now I can add. There we go. This is the one I need to do. So yeah, I need a reactor, an engine, shield, front armor, rear armor, a capacitor, a booster, droid interface, weapon, and maybe get ordnance and countermeasure. That's all the components you need for a ship.
So, one thing I've always heard about TIEs recently is that they didn't have shields, but I swore they did have shields.
I don't really know. I feel like they don't always have them in the movies. I don't know, but I don't remember there being ships that really had shields besides the big ones in the movies, or at least that identified.
Yeah,
or that identified
like,
using.
They talk about how the small ones had shields too, and I feel like for some reason I feel like TIEs did. I don't know. I watched the old movies when I was really young, so.
Well, every ship in the game, you have the option of putting a shield on. You
Yeah.
pretty much need to though, because there's no armor piece that's strong enough to withstand everything the shield can. Plus the shield regenerates, the armor doesn't. I need to go ship.
Are there different types in that game?
Different what?
Damage types.
It depends on, like, you mean space or
just in general.
So
example in Dark Souls.
And if you're on ground, there's everything pretty much like on my screen right now. There's the character thing. There's kinetic and energy. Nearly all physical handheld weapons, melee, are kinetic, but there's a few that are energy. And then mostly all shooting weapons are energy, but there's a few that are kinetic.
I got you.
Yeah, so you kind of have to know the weapon based on what they're doing. The rest of these that are heat, cold, acid, electricity are like secondary damage things that weapons do. Yeah, so some weapons will do heat, some will do cold. Like I think nearly all lightsabers do heat, but then certain crystals you put in, like the different color crystal you put in will change whether it does cold, acid, or electricity. That's for lightsabers, but like different weapons do different things. Like obviously your flamethrower is gonna do. Yeah, and then you have.
It's an endothermic flamethrower.
There's a lightning cannon, and obviously that's electricity. But I don't think every weapon has a secondary damage function. But the benefit to that is that armor doesn't. Like my armor here is a standard, everything's 5,000 because someone made it that way, but you can loot armor that's very different, and you can also make armor to where, like, if you know that you're mostly doing hand-to-hand stuff, you can get armor that's specifically like a higher rating on kinetic, but the energy is lower. There's a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
So you plus with buffs, when you go to the entertainer, you can ask for specific buffs. Specific things to be buffed, or you can buff both. But the benefit is if you buff, like, say if you know you're doing something, you're just doing kinetic damage protection against, you can, instead of getting the energy protection, you can save the energy connect. You can use those points that you would have spent there in the buff to buff a different stat.
Yeah.
Because the entertainers pretty much have, I don't think this is right, but like 15 points they can spend when they're buffing you, so you can place it wherever you want.
That's cool.
Alright, I need to find me a little ship component shop. Price. Don't want to pay that much for the attribute. Can't really. Was there a general ship component? There we go. Ship equipment certification equal to level 3. I don't know if this search function used to exist in the game, but it's awesome. Because I can literally search for specific attribute items and things in the game I want. I don't think this used to exist. I think this is a Legends thing. Yeah, because you used to have to sit here and comb through stuff. And a lot of money. I'm not gonna
When I
probably.
went back to console Minecraft, I swore console Minecraft had like a sort button, but it does not.
Nope.
And I don't know why I thought it did.
Minecraft has never natively had a sort button. It's only ever been It's only ever been a mod you can put in. Hey, is this the same guy selling stuff? Cornelius. Alright, Cornelius, we're going to your place. Like, found a guy who apparently sells a bunch of things, so we're going to go to his place and buy all my components from him. I'll have to go to multiple places. So I'm trying to decide what to stream Wednesday. Thinking Mondays we Star Wars. Fridays I might do Minecraft. And Wednesdays I'm not sure.
By the way, I did get your invite. It took me a while, so like I was doing other things. That's
Gotcha.
why I like had to like be in the middle of the call. I was like, oh, I'll be back quick. No, it was not.
That's no problem.
But yeah, I was looking for the invite. I was like, where's this flippin' invite? And then I found it.
Hopefully it'll work okay. I went and tested it and jumped into the realm and it seemed to be fine. So I'm hopeful. I'm gonna try this though. I'm gonna download. Okay, so the realm, I did it through the PlayStation, but it's technically linked to the Microsoft account, which means I can get onto it. Why did I not try?
From your computer, yeah.
Oh, I selected the wrong ship. Sorry. Selected my ship that has no components in it. I'm gonna get on the computer one, download the world, and see if I can add data packs to it. Like at least the one, like at least that one where it turns into a tombstone. Like that seems to be, to me, that's the most basic. It doesn't actually change much to the game. But if there's any crafting recipes that you think we should add. Oh, there's one that's a really cool one I think is really nice. It allows you to turn rotten flesh into leather. But the way it does...
Okay, that makes sense.
But the way it does it, it's still not easy, and you can still mess it up because it allows you to burn it on a campfire. And it makes it where it takes longer to cook than a furnace. But on top of that, items in a campfire, when they finish, they just pop off of the campfire. So if you're not there to grab them, they're gonna disappear. But I like that because I was like, well, it gives an added, like, not difficulty, but like an added annoyance that doesn't make getting leather just, you know, piece of cake. Why is this not?
I hate that one of the new updates puts Spotify on my PlayStation, and I can't like hide it because I don't use Spotify, and that annoys me.
Spotify on your PlayStation?
Yeah, it's like, hey, run Spotify, listen to Spotify music we think you'll like, R&B and hip hop. Like I don't like R&B and hip hop.
I haven't noticed that.
Yeah, I got a Spotify thing. It's next to the Share Factory. I use Share Factory.
I used it a little bit. I didn't care for it too much. I could see why people do, but I'm too used to like professional editing software.
I just do it to like stuff to my buddies. Nothing ever big.
The PS5 has an awesome share feature with like, so when you play on PS4, when you get a trophy, it makes a screenshot. In the PS5, it also makes a video clip.
Yeah.
You can very easily just go and share that video clip to whatever you want.
That's cool.
And it adds a neat little like bar at the bottom that has like a little it has like the trophy icon pops in, like bronze or gold trophy or whatever, and it says the name of the trophy and then it plays the video clip.
Another thing that's annoying is like, I would like to be able to just, I don't know, I liked how the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 3 works more than the PlayStation 4 for its like home. I also have like the PlayStation 5 remote play, which everyone who has a PlayStation 4 has remote play for a PlayStation 5, but not everyone has a PlayStation 5 right now.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if I could say like, hey, I don't want this.
I've noticed one annoying thing. This isn't like a big deal because it's just trophies, but you can't see your PS5 trophies on the PS4.
That's lame.
Because I was looking, I got that trophy and couldn't see it, so I went back to the PS5 and I was like, no, it's there. That's weird. All right, let's go to this. It's gonna be the shopping stream. I just got price range off. Okay, so starting off, you always want pretty much the best reactor you can get. Component.
There's like 2 different apps by Sony for movies and TV and stuff. They have one where you can download other apps to watch videos. And then they have one where you can download movies and videos from PlayStation.
Incoming transmission.
Is it reactor I needed? I think it was reactor. And it's engine. Oh, the problem I've got to look at though. This is the stuff I kind of hated about. I hated but also liked about ships was that you have to worry about the weight. Because your mass can never exceed how much? Yeah, like so this reactor seems to be decent, but its mass is 3,000 and my ship's max it can hold is 19,000. So that means it's going to be a decent, but the reactor is always a decent part of your ship. Like this looted reactor. Dang, this looted reactor's got some better stuff than. Might need to use the looted one. We'll see. Or no, maybe they're out. See, I can't remember this. I can't remember if the reactor rate is better if it's smaller or bigger. I haven't done space in so long, like a legitimate space. Do I have a shield? I do have shields. I probably should have just equipped stuff. I looted droid interface. That recharge rate I don't think is very good. So let's look at shield. No, I need an engine. I got a booster, but I do not have an engine. Put this back on. And search. Dang it. for that one. Uh-oh. Do you not have any? Oh, this may not be the place for me to shop. I thought this was gonna be good. Get it, and if I can. Oh, try to click level 3. Add that. Search. Good. Like the later ships, you can actually add up to 2 weapons. You can have like 2 different lasers. You can have like 2 different lasers going off at the same time. If your reactor can keep up with the energy consumption, though. You can have like super powerful weapons, but if your reactor is not strong enough to handle it, you can get like 3 shots off and then your reactor's drained. Which sometimes can be enough depending on what you're doing, but usually it's not. Okay. Energy per shot.
That reminds me of this game called Armored Core.
Buy this.
And
Incoming transmission.
in Armored Core, you have like points that you can put into what am I here? Like it basically determines like where energy and resources on your like robot that you pilot are going to. And I remember you can't fly forever in that game. Like the robots can fly for a bit. And I remember I made a robot that was not made to fly. I put everything into its shield. 100% shields and everything into its boosting and its ability to go forward. Because my idea was I wanted a mech that could take hits and go really fast, deal lots of damage really quick. But how I did that was with the Moonlight. It was made by Dark Soul, or the people who made Dark Soul, so it has the Moonlight blade in it, like Ludwig's blade from Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And what my mech does is it rushes forward as quickly as possible and like slices you. And because I had so much shield and everything else, there's like this overboost ability where you sacrifice your shield to like fly around. And like I can fly for like 15-20 minutes or something. It's ridiculous. Matches don't last that long. So like but I remember when I did that, it was just not it's not what I expected it to do. And it was very fun. You get little silly things with that.
Okay, yeah. Now I remember what the reaction rate. Yeah, I don't want that one. That was better. I may have just looted a really good reactor component. Because the reactor regeneration rate actually changes the amount of energy, because other weapons, other components use mass and energy to add them. Let me try this. It's a lower tier one, but it's got a better rate. The only thing different is the armor points are lower, but that doesn't matter unless your shield's busted. Yeah, because the shield takes up a lot of your energy. Okay. Don't have any armor. Don't have a capacitor. Got a droid interface, which I can use that. Droid interfaces are critical because you, of course, droid interfaces it's different. So Rebels, the Imperials use droid interfaces. The Rebels use, and privateers use droids, like R2s and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And basically you can use those to issue like droid commands to your ship, so you can like tell it to like you were saying, divert power to something specific.
Different parts.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, what I used to do was divert power to overload my weapons. It caused my weapons to do more damage. But it will drain your reactor or capacitor, I think is actually what. But it'll drain things faster. So unless you have really good components, that can like really be detrimental. You can actually, I think, if you overload stuff too much, you can actually make your weapon non-functional.
Just overload it.
Yeah, you overload it to where it can't output the amount of power that you're trying to. I don't have any ordnance. I didn't think I did. Countermeasure. Light computer. I'll add that for now. Oh, that's my guardian droid. It's not. Why is that on there? Okay, so I need armor and a capacitor. That's really the main. I got quite a bit of stuff left, so go back to the shop. Bazaar. Might just go buy stuff off the bazaar vendor, so I don't have to travel to there. Component. Did that again. My mouse. Level 3 if I can. Come on, with the item.
One thing I don't like that they did was they made select the share button, and then they made start option. I still not used to that, even though I've had the PlayStation 4 since launch.
I've gotten used to it, and it honestly it makes more sense for me now, because I'm like really, what's select do these days? What would you assign that to?
Other option.
Yeah, but
whenever I'm trying to pull up like options or something, I always click that button.
I know, but a lot of games, whatever the select button would be the touchpad.
Yeah, I'm just not used to it. That's all. I play my PlayStation 1 a lot, so.
I mean, I agree. It would make more sense if they had always been that way. But back in the day, we wouldn't have shared anything. We weren't able to.
And then in 2005 came out, we got 240 pixel videos of like someone playing a video game.
I used to work in so I did like multimedia support for like faculty and staff at a college, and sometimes I had to explain to people about like video quality, and because these are people, like I would try to explain it to someone. I said, these are like professors who are like doctoral experts in their field, so they know everything about that area, but other areas that are specialties, they're kind of clueless. They're like, that's no fault of their own, it's just it's just what they're focused on. So it's
they
the same.
Specialize in one thing.
Exactly. So a lot of times when it came to certain tech, they just didn't know anything about it. So I'd have to explain it and kind of guide them along. And I would try and explain to them about TV resolutions and things because they may be producing video for their online courses. And I would explain to them about the we have 1920, which was HD at the time. I explained to them if 4K was coming, what that was, and then but then I explained to them about, I said, do you remember back when we used to hear about HD coming out? And they're like, yeah. And I said, HD used to have a different meaning. I said, it wasn't always 1080 or 720. I said, at one point when HD first came out, 480 was considered HD. Because there were people I would talk to and they go, oh yeah, I have an HD TV. And I'm like, but your TV's 10 years old. I'm like, it's not a 1080p. And they're like, oh, but it's an HD TV. And I was like, I'd look at the TV, I'm like, no, the 480. Because I'm also like, it was also it'd be one of those big tube TVs. They just didn't get it.
I have it. Yeah, I love it. I use it for my old. Yeah, like when I play games, like I'm used to modern games, but there's just sometimes I'll just be playing like new games. And I'll just start playing it like it's my PlayStation 1, and I'll just like option or share button is for select, or I'll have reverse controls because they inverted the camera in on the PlayStation because it moved like how you would move an actual camera. If that makes sense.
Okay.
And like I set that up for
need to buy that.
I set that up for some games, not shooters. I just can't do that with shooters, but other games I'll invert the camera if it's like a 3D adventure game, because that's what I've always used. I can play Destiny inverted because I got used to doing that.
It depends on the game.
I was like, I want to try a shooter inverted because I've never done that before. And
it depends on the game for me.
What was that?
It depends on the game for me, like how the game plays, because I've played some games inverted and it's fine, but then I've played other ones where I'm like, it for some reason or another it just felt wrong, and I can't explain it. I don't know if part of it's because I'm left-handed. I don't know if I think about things differently sometimes.
Ah, you're left-handed.
Yes.
Okay. I kid you not. I meet so many left-handed people, and like you guys are like very little of the world's population.
It's because we're the best.
And I was talking to this one girl. She was also left-handed, and I said that, and she's like, "You must be a left-handed magnet." And then I find out you're left-handed. I'm not joking about this. Like all of my best friends are left-handed.
So my mom is left-handed, and she's the only one in the family other than me. But my grandma, her mother was left-handed. But the crazy thing was, so I get whatever artistic, creative stuff. I've always felt like I kind of got it from her. The crazy thing though, she could write right-handed, and it wasn't that she was born ambidextrous. It's that when she was in school back then, the teacher was like, no, that's wrong. So the teacher would hand over hand force her to learn to write right-handed. And so she just learned how to do both. But the cool thing was when she was older and she did her watercolors and her paintings, she could switch hands when she was painting.
Yeah.
So if she couldn't get a stroke right with her left hand, she would just switch the brush and use right hand.
That's really cool.
It was. She was really good. I've got some of her watercolors in my house.
I've got some art stuff from my grandmother. She used to do art, but the stuff, I have one of her paintings from her other works, but a lot of her friends were famous artists.
Huh.
Like her group was like really big on like culture and art stuff. They were all extremely old, like grew up through the Great Depression and World War II stuff.
Oh wow.
And yeah. And so they were really big on like trading items and stuff. So it'd be like, hey, I need a pot. Can someone make me a pot? And they'd be like, yeah, and it's like, but I really like your soup. Can you make me some of your mushroom soup? Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And they do that with each other. And so like my grandma when she passed away, she gave me all this like artwork and stuff, and it's from like famous paintings and like cultural heritage stuff and
Wow.
yeah. Some of the stuff, a certain group of people wanted it, but they're not gonna have it because it's my bowl. It's some ceramic pots made by a Native American lady, and they are like, oh, these are part of our history and culture. This woman was really famous. You should give it to us. And I'm like, yeah, but that was given as a gift to my grandma, not as a gift to you guys.
Yeah.
It like none of them grew up with it, and it's not like something that was like taken off of like their land or something.
Yeah, that's...
My grandma painted her a picture and she made her a whole bunch of bowls. Like,
I mean, it's one thing for them to ask about it, like, you know, if you felt like donating it or not, but you say
yeah.
no, leave it alone.
Yeah.
But
Like I just remember when I was little, that's what I would eat out of when she'd watch me, because my mom wanted to go on a date or something, because my mom was single when I was young. I just go to my grandma's house, and my grandma'd be like, "You want ice cream?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I know I got all
These little bowls.
I know there's all these specific bowls and things that we haven't, that I've had growing up that I remember.
Did you ever have McDonald's glasses?
We had a few. The thing that we had the most, and the funny thing is, I still have them. Like they're still in my cabinets, and my kids still eat off of them. Are the McDonald's plates?
Yeah, we have some.
They're older than I am.
Mine are older than me, but they're probably younger than you.
They're crazy though. I looked them up one time. I don't think they're valuable, but they're not like, you know, worth a couple bucks.
Yeah. Some things, like, the oddest things will be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, I have a Digimon toy that if it was unopened, it would be like $700.
I have this weird thing
But
here.
I opened it because it was a gift that I got when I was 7, and I wanted to play with my Digimon toy.
Are you watching camera?
I'm
gonna hold up this thing, this jar. And I have these little stupid knick-knack things that are in it. But
yeah, the jar.
yeah, it's got Eminem. It's got like Eminem thing on it, but it's like an Olympic thing. I've had this for years, thought nothing of it. And one day I just thought, let me look it up. It sells online for like $40. Like it's not like special rare thing, but it's like some collector's thing that came out years ago.
Yeah.
I've been storing
People want to finish their collection.
little doodad things in it for a couple of decades. Where is the bizarre terminal? Dang it. I forgot D doesn't have a bizarre terminal near the shuttle port. Like I said last time, I wish this, at least Star Wars Legends, I wish they would add an item that you could get somehow where you could shop the Bazaar Terminal without having to be at the Bazaar Terminal.
Yeah.
Not that you can pick up.
This is Naboo, right?
Yeah, this is Naboo.
Can you go to not Korriban? Yeah, let's go to Korriban. No,
Yeah, that's not in the game.
Onderon.
Alderaan?
It's Onderon. Yeah.
I mean Alderaan, the one from the
Not the one that blew up. The other one, Onderon.
I don't know Alderaan.
There's another one that's similar in name,
Okay.
and it's like a key thing in KOTOR because they're like, this war is dragged on, and Onderon's the one paying for the bill. That's why we want to leave the Republic.
It would depend because the time frame of this game is in between episodes 1 and no.
4.
It's in between episodes 4 and 5. So it's post the first Death Star blowing up,
I see.
but it's pretty much all your favorite Star Wars characters are still alive. Because you can still go and meet Darth Vader and
You can meet Darth Vader in this game?
yeah.
That's so cool. I like Darth Vader a lot.
Yeah, you can go. There's an Imperial base. You can go and you do a series of missions for different Imperial officers, and as you do those missions, you work your way further into the base to work for higher up officers, and the last person you work for is Darth Vader.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's like, these rebel scum that are out at such and such. He's like, wipe them out.
I love the Rebel Scum comment. My buddy was playing Star Wars Battlefront. Or not Battlefront, the ship one, and I kept calling him Rebel Scum because he loved to play the Rebels. I just go on and on about it. I'm like, how can you join the Rebels? And he's like, they're the good guys, man. I'm like, they're the bad guys. They're terrorists. They're bringing chaos and destruction to the galaxy. The Empire's brought peace to people. And then someone in chat mentioned how the Empire enslaved Wookiee, and I said, keyword, people. Not Wookiees.
Ambassador. Okay, I'm doing okay. Somehow I forgot to buy an engine.
Oh, have you ever played Mass Effect?
No.
So the people who made Mass Effect.
I thought I had a booster.
I got a story for this later, but the people who made Mass Effect, BioWare, they also made the Star Wars MMO, The Old Republic. And
oh yeah, BioWare.
Yeah, BioWare. In Mass Effect, there's an alien race called Turans, and the guy who explains to you the lore before they released the Mass Effect, or not Mass Effect, Star Wars MMO, was a Turan. And so it's a joke that they take place in the same galaxies, but only the Turans do.
Huh.
Apply to become a store creator.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm playing Minecraft.
Oh, you said store creator. I was like,
Oh, you thought I was playing
I know what you're doing.
Star Wars?
No, I just didn't know what you were doing. I was like, are you planning to do something on Amazon?
I mean, I don't know what, like, if I've ever sold it, my words are all jumbled up here. I don't know what I would be able to sell online. I'm not a big salesman. I don't have the, like, oozing charisma. I don't have the natural tin of Mr. New Vegas.
I applied to the Amazon merch account, but they haven't responded. But they sometimes say it takes like up to 2 months to hear back. But I do graphic design work, and so my plan, hoping to at some point soon, is to make some t-shirt designs. I was gonna try and sell them on Amazon, but there's another site called Redbubble that's apparently pretty popular. You can easily.
Yeah, I've heard.
I signed up for it and it got approved pretty quickly. But all I need to do is I just need to upload some designs. I wrote down. Wrote down some ideas, some things to do, and I just need to make the graphics and put it together.
So, with Redbubble, real quick.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed things about that company. I've heard people who said, like, it was high quality, really good. Other people have said it's low quality, but I don't really know anything about Redbubble, so...
I don't know a whole lot about either. But I would be curious to know which items they're talking about, because they don't just sell one thing. Because they do like stickers and mugs and shirts and all kinds of stuff, I think.
It was shirts that I've heard the bad about. Haven't heard anything about their mugs. like the decals and stuff on shirts coming off or something.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to look into it
Just
too
giving you
to see
stuff.
like what to see if it's a type, if there's like a option. Hey, Trip Blaze just subscribed or followed. Thank you.
So, any ideas about what kind of shirt you're gonna do
What did I write down?
or whatever? One thing I suggest: coffee mugs. People love coffee, and they like coffee.
I was gonna do some different gaming shirts. I had some different ideas of like just ones that said like generic ones that said like gamer.
Yeah.
I was gonna do a couple different ones that said like gamer dad.
I think the gamer dad one will sell very well.
Yeah, I have some various ones like that. I wrote down one like phrases like gamer dads are better. I wrote one that I liked it. I know it's not original, but I came up with it and I googled it and it's out there. But aggro happens.
Wait. Say that again.
Aggro happens.
Oh, aggro happens.
Like gamers will get that. One that's more of a kid one, but like that just says just one more minute. So,
One more turn, I swear, just
Yeah.
one more turn.
just another minute. Like we've all said that.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
When I was growing up, my parents, they didn't play video games. The ones they played were things like Pac-Man and stuff.
Me too.
And so, like,
But they didn't play those though.
yeah, they didn't really play them. They would just, like... My parents, when video games came out, were, like, doing careers and stuff. And so, and, like, partying and other things. You know, going to the clubs and stuff. I don't know. I don't really talk to them about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't really, like, talk about it either. But,
Yeah, we're gonna buy this. I don't know if it's better.
Incoming transmission.
But yeah, but I know they didn't play video games, and they don't now. My mom's awful at video games. My grandmother played video games.
My mom plays them, but
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't play the stuff where you have to like quickly react to.
Mm-hmm.
For her, it's she can't keep up with it. But
Yeah.
but honestly, I don't say that so much that she's incapable of doing it. It's more of just that she didn't grow up with that, so she's just never
Yeah.
been used to it. But she likes the stuff where it's more turn-based or where she can just take her time doing what she wants to, still relying on her decisions.
Yeah.
But,
I like those kind of games.
But sometimes she plays games my son will start playing, and so she'll play just so she can play with him. Back to Mos Eisley.
But yeah, so like, or dad. Oh, the just one more minute thing. Yeah, so like, when I was little, they'd be like, okay, wrap up the game. We're going somewhere. We got to do something. They're like, okay, hang on. I'm trying to save. And they're like, no, hang on. Let's go.
That became such a problem with my father that he didn't understand not just with gaming, he didn't understand the annoyance with the moment I snap my fingers and say let's do something, you better get up and let's do it. When I got older, I explained to him about how, because it didn't matter what it was anything else, that even if I wasn't gaming, it was the idea that what I'm doing doesn't matter, and you expecting me to just jump whenever you say so turned into a real conversation we had, and it got a lot better once that happened. But yeah, I had to legitimately explain to him, I'm like, I mean, what if I did that to you all the time? What if I was like, all right, Dad, we gotta go to the store, let's go, come on, jump up, let's go, get your shoes on right now. So I make a point not to do that with my kids unless I've told them 3 times already.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gave you 10 minutes, a 10-minute notice, like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
My parents have gotten better at that kind of stuff too, and like understanding it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because like they used to be the like like go outside, have fun, but now they've realized that like I will go outside and do things, but I'm also an adult. It's not like I can just go over to like the neighbor's house and be like, "Hey, dude, you want to go outside? Let's play some hide and seek."
Yeah.
But my neighbor has like kids who are like 7, so I'm sure his kids would be like, "I want to play hide and seek."
Yeah. It's the thing I
They're
hate
always out
about.
there.
It is the one thing I hate about the Demon's Souls and Bloodborne and all that stuff is that you can't pause. Same with Minecraft. And like
Yeah.
if it's not really gonna necessarily it does auto save, but if there's not a way to be able just to stop your game quickly, then I'm like I really dislike those games.
So I got
Especially
a
the
funny
From
story.
Software games if you're playing offline.
Mhm.
That's annoying. Cause I'm like, if you're offline, what does it matter? Let me pause the
Yeah,
game.
they want it to be punished. When there was like about invasions, right? Are there invasions in Bloodborne?
You mean like when another player invades your world?
Yeah, to like kill you.
Yeah.
Okay, so like
I killed a couple of those people.
I was playing Dark Souls 2 one day. And in Dark Souls 2, there's this area filled with lava and there's like a bridge. If you've ever played, I don't know if you've played Dark Souls. And
I've played
go ahead.
a little bit of the first one and a little bit of the third one. I haven't actually beat.
So there's like this really long like bridge, and there's lava underneath of it. Like you're in this castle, and the castle's like sinking into lava. It's not like sinking as you're there, but like the idea is that over time it's sinking into the lava. And so there's like this path to the right of it, and like it's rock that's cooled off enough that you can walk on it, and then there's rock that's so hot you can't walk on it for long, it will kill you. And my stepdad came home and he went to the grocery store, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get some dinner. I was talking to my buddy, and I was like, I'll be right back. And I made like a sandwich and got some chips and stuff. And what I did was I didn't want to pause my game. So I just took my character and hopped over to that lava rock and just kind of like, because like the goal of that little like puzzle, like jump puzzle that they have is to try to get to an item, and it's not worth it. If you ever see an item in lava in Dark Souls, it's most likely not worth your time getting it.
I hate all the messages where people are like, just roll off here.
Yeah, those are also. There's
They're
other ones, but you can't say them on your chat or your video, so
like
you get
90,
the idea.
like 99% of them are like they're just gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, if I'm going by one of those messages and like I don't have like hardly any souls on me, sometimes I'll go ahead and do what they say just in case to see it. Cause I'm like, hey, if I die here, whatever. Cause there's been like once they told me to roll off here and I did it and I was like, oh, there's an item.
I usually leave useful messages, and when they're not useful, there's something funny. So like, or something about the environment. I like making comments about the environment, like, oh, this place is pretty, or something like that. But or like, if there's like a ledge you can jump to but you're not supposed to, I'll put a sign there and it says congratulations on making it here. Things like that. But
I'm surprised there's not trophies for messaging.
Yeah.
Like leaving 10 messages or getting a thumbs up or a down or something. Like, I'm just surprised. I'm glad there's not, but
yeah. When I sorry, I went blank there. Dark Souls 2. So I went to that lava spot, and the bridge is an area that's known for PvP, and I was like, I'm like, this is a PvP area, but I'll be fine because like I'm not really a PvP level. And a guy invaded me, and I went and made my sandwich and came back. And when I came back, I didn't even know I was invaded. I was just sitting there, and I was just eating my sandwich, and then I see a red guy just run past me. I'm like, what? and he doesn't even see me, and he keeps running past me, and then all of a sudden I get a message on Xbox. It was either Xbox or PlayStation, I can't remember. And he just starts like he's screaming at me, calling me a whole bunch of awful things, saying I'm a coward and whatnot. And I just sent him a message back saying, "Dude, I'm eating a sandwich. You've ran past me 3 times. If you want to kill me, I'm right here." He tried to jump to me and he died. And then he got even more mad and called me a coward again. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna like argue about Dark Souls while, I'm enjoying a sandwich. Go invade someone else if it's that big of a deal. There was another guy who got mad at me in Dark Souls 2 because he invaded me and I had my 2 buddies with me. And he called me a coward for having my summons join in. I'm like, you think I'm just gonna sit there, like they're just gonna sit there and let you punch me? Like, dude, it's Dark Souls. I'm not gonna just sit there and let me die. They're not gonna let me die, and I'm not gonna let them die. Of course we're gonna kill you. You're the invader.
I've got to get I'm gonna go check engine. I'm not sure if it's any faster. I'm at the problem of I got better ship components, but the ship components, they're an improvement, but they're not necessarily like a vast improvement at this level. So it's like sometimes level 1 can be better than level 3 just because they're so close together.
Yeah.
I used to spend so much money on credits on ship components because I would every like once a month I'd kind of go out and I would search the bazaar terminal and the vendors for I'd be like
the best one.
I would go through and be like, all right, my engine could be a little better. I'd go and search and I'd be like, there'd be this one engine and it'd be like, I don't know, 2% better. It'd be just a little bit faster or the rate would be quicker. So and it'd be like 1,000,000 credits and I'd be like, I'll buy it because I had like 500 million credits. So I was like, whatever. And it was one of those things like I could buy that one and then when I took off, I would either put on a different ship I had or I would just sell it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would do that all the time. I'd buy new engines, new capacitors, new reactors. Anytime I find one that had like a slightly better increase in stat.
I have a question for you real quick.
Yeah.
You might know. Can you grow sea cucumbers? Like they're technically animals, but I don't know if they work like plants.
I don't know if you can. Let me Google it real quick.
You don't have to Google it, I'll Google it. It's fine.
Well, I'm curious too.
Oh, so I went into the wild and I was like messing around with pandas. And I got a panda that sticks its tongue out and like rolls around and sneezes. It's adorable. I didn't know that you could get different variations in the pandas.
So apparently you can put sea pickle on I guess that's what they're called. They're not cocoa cucumbers. On a live coral and bone mullet.
Okay, so it has to be on live coral. Now I gotta figure out how to transport live coral.
I think, let me Google this too. I think with live coral you can break it and it's alive, but I think it dies after a certain amount of time. It dries out.
That's gonna be difficult because my ocean is like not close. I'm in the middle of the desert.
You could keep a bucket of water on you and just drop it.
Planting it.
Maybe. I'm not sure if that would work or not. I'm Googling that too because I'm curious as well. Breaking. Coral can be mined instantly, but can only be obtained when mined with a Silk Touch enchanted tool. Oh.
Silk.
In order for coral to stay alive, at least one of the blocks surrounding it must be water. If placed outside of water, it dies and transforms into a respective dead coral after a few seconds.
So I gotta be quick about this.
So I'm actually wondering, I bet when you dig it up, I bet in your inventory in your hand, it doesn't die. It's not until you place it.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing. I could be wrong though.
Yeah.
But once it dies, apparently you can't revive it.
Makes sense.
But apparently it's only useful as a building or decoration block. Or I
Fancy.
guess, or to grow sea pickles. But what are sea pickles used for?
They just glow
Oh, okay.
in water. And I want to do that instead of glowstone. And I think you might be able to trade them to villagers, maybe? I don't know.
I believe there's some you can, yeah. I'm at farm. Nothing.
I'm just trying to get, like, maximize my crop yield.
No challenges.
I like growing stuff.
Farming. Okay. Obtaining. Yeah, so you drop one sea pickle down, and when you bone meal it, you can get up to 4. But there's a chance you only get 1. Bone meal says you can trade them with the wandering traders. So yeah, hey, that'd be worth farming in our realm because we have that trader that keeps spawning around our island.
Yeah.
Bring that back. If any of you guys who are watching, and there's 4 people now, want to say hi in chat, I actually like to test to see if my little robot's working. Mentor said hi, so I'm not sure if that would, I mean, not do anything for you. He's supposed to respond to certain emojis too, but he did some things when I was doing my own test stuff, but
Smiley face.
let's get my, we're gonna shop for one more item. Or one different item. Been much. Oh. Go to the vendor. Fire Galaxy. Component. Because I remember actually now the engine is. Engine was one of those things I kept looking for better things of. Okay, we might spend some money on our engine. Let me see what I've got. Close the data pad. Compare it. That. Let's see how much this one. Okay, there we go. Reactor energy drains, not much more. The mass is actually less. The top speed's a lot better. Okay, so for like twice the money, 3 times the money. Doesn't give me a whole lot. If I spend 1,000,000 credits, nothing. So we're gonna go with that one. Check out. What am I doing? Doesn't show me everything.
I like how sporadic bamboo is, but I also hate how sporadic it is and how thin it is.
So if you I need to build this in our world. It's not that hard to do. All you have to do is go to the nether and get some quartz. If you get a watcher and you put that on top of a piston, and then you put some like a redstone behind it to activate it, or on top of the piston, you put watcher underneath that watcher, a piston, then behind that piston a block, and on top of that block 1 dot of redstone. That will cause, if you put bamboo or sugarcane growing in front of the piston, anytime the bamboo or sugarcane grows to the length where it's in front of the watcher, it will turn on the piston and break the bamboo or the sugarcane. And which, you know, you can then put a hopper to catch that. But that was my other world I was doing, where I had this track going back and forth. But the bamboo grows a lot faster than the sugarcane.
Yeah. One of the fastest growing.
Okay, I'm gonna destroy that waypoint. I think one of these streams I'm gonna go through and just do a bunch of traveling and do the wait a minute, did I do the wrong? No, I think that was just as good. I'm gonna do a bunch of, there's these different collection items you can go where you literally just drive out to different locations, and it's like, there's a rare weapon here, click on it. Wait, I gotta turn around. I did that a long time ago on this character before, and because there was the one thing I did, I was like, I kind of went through and was doing as many of these collections as I could, and there's a lot of them where it's literally just go out and touch things or talk to people. I would drag. Went through some music and took some stuff out. Alright. I don't want to do it yet. I want to destroy my previous ship, but I don't want to get rid of it just in case I have a problem. Okay, this vendor is on Dantooine. Again, what's with all this ship people being on Dantooine?
Oh, you've got to be freaking kidding me. So there was this bow that I made from like, what's it called? Enchanting and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was, took me a while and a lot of experience. It was Unbreaking 3, Flame 1, Infinity 1, and Power 4. And I went fishing and I got some other bows. And there was this one bow, it's almost broken, and I looked at it, and it had the exact same stats. And I'm like, oh, my bow's almost broken. Then I realized, no, it's not. It's just an exact copy of the bow I have. Didn't even need to make it.
Did you do an did you do an enchantment yourself to get it, or did you have a book?
I kept getting bows that I liked, and I just combined them.
Gotcha. I prefer to get the mending enchantment if I can.
Yeah.
Oh, come This house.
I don't have any lapis right now, so I wish you see what I got.
This guy's really dicked out his house.
Yeah, this house looks cool.
Yeah, so this is all fake. Like, this wall here
Uh-huh.
is because of this. If you examine it, that's the back side of the wall.
Ah.
These things sell for a pretty penny because they're kind of limited. You can only get them with like character rewards, so they only exist kind of per account, like not even per character in the game.
Nice.
That's nice. Got some nice stuff in here. Ah, cool. Okay, what is this? This is new. I haven't seen it.
Is that a Scarlet pit and a gold chain?
Kinda. Dianaga dumpster. I don't know what this is.
Oh, it's the trash monster from the movie.
That's what I thought it was. This probably is just
It's
like
gold.
it's probably just like the Starlight pit I have.
This guy's got a lot of cool stuff.
I wish I had pictures of. Oh, he's got. Oh, okay, that's what that is. The fish tank. You go inside.
I like. You can just walk through the fish
Yeah,
tank.
because it's not. It's non-existent. Yeah, all this stuff you can walk through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even those gray walls, like he spelled out. Those are lanterns. He just turned them. And that wall, it's the same thing. Wow, it's the difference. The corner one. But this floor, these are rugs you can buy or you can get. These used to be valuable in the game because the only way to make them is you have to loot these specific items that make the blue rug. And you had to put the certain items together and you get one blue rug. But you had to loot them, and looting them wasn't like... It wasn't common, but they weren't so rare the thing went for millions. There are all these things I had back in the day. My gosh, he really went for it. Yeah, he made this. Like
all those boxes.
Yeah, this is it's an ottoman or a table, whatever you call it. He's put them all on their wall. But I have a feeling he's named them. He's got items in these. These are all storage.
It looks cool though.
Yeah. Better than backpacks. Yeah, he's a pretty serious. And these are
Oh, cool. The bamboo grew walls underneath of it. Oh, by the way, never bone meal in a case of tree.
Why?
Because they'll grow into you and kill you. Because of their shape. You know how they like curve and stuff?
Oh yeah. God.
I love like base building games. Or games that just have it.
Oh, wow, he just made a bunch.
Especially ones that have like furniture, like this game.
Okay. I'm done admiring this guy's house. Although I'm here. You have a booster component I need. Like a booster. Booster, booster, won't you be a booster? They're all level 5. Dang it. Space consumables, space loot. Let's see what space loot he's selling, because there's some space loot that's very valuable. Yeah, like here's a level 8 component armor piece that he's selling for 30 million.
That's a lot of money.
And you get these rare pieces when people are maxed out, like I used to be, and you're looking for that one piece that's just a hair better. And especially you get to a point where you have nothing else to spend your money on. You start looking at stuff like, oh, I'll spend half my money to make this thing 1% better. What else has he got in here? They're just parts, not... I was thinking he might have had like you can loot non-ship component loot in space, so I thought maybe he had something else, but he doesn't really. Alright, did I have my bike? What's that? Oh, that's it. I'll never forget when bikes came out in the game, because when this game first launched, there were no vehicles. So you literally had to walk everywhere.
Yeah, and when bikes and stuff came out, I'm guessing they were worth a ton of money.
Not really. Because they're made with basic some basic metal resources, and they don't really require like high quality resources. Like you pretty much, it's just because it uses a lot of resources to make one bike. But there was a glitch, and so when you hop off a vehicle, the vehicle stays there, and you leave. Unless you leave it for a long time and go far away, it'll eventually get recalled. But if you just leave it there and you stand outside next to it, it'll stay there forever until you log off, or unless you store it. Well, when they first made bikes, people were, they were getting destroyed because they hadn't quite, I guess, gotten it all figured out exactly how they wanted it, how easy it was to blow them up, and how NPCs, how they. But they bikes were getting blown up very quickly, and I don't think garages existed yet to repair your bike. So it was literally if your bike got blown up, you had to destroy it and buy a new bike, and that would be fine for the basic bikes, and that would have been a fine mechanic for people, unless it was like super expensive to repair a bike. But the reason it became a problem was the glitch that occurred was that, let's say I drove my bike to the starport, but you can't, take it inside the building. So you get off your bike and people walk away from it. Well, the thinking is you travel to a new planet, that bike stores. It would technically store, but the bike that you left outside the starport stayed there.
Oh gosh.
So it became a thing where every starport, the outside entrance of every starport on every planet, every city, was filled with burning bikes. Because you would spawn in, and it would just be explosion, and all this firing and crackling noise because they were destroyed bikes. But and you literally could literally drive your bike up, exit, go to starport, go to another planet, come back to that starport, come back and see your bike still there, even though you could then call that same bike out again and use it elsewhere. That lasted for a couple days.
Terror continues to happen at starports as unknown terrorists continue doing bike bombings. The Empire has locked down ports on major cities.
Yeah, it was It was probably one of the biggest fiasco they had, I think, in launches. All right, let's test this new engine. Oh yeah, this thing's almost twice as fast as the last one.
Oh, it's not 1% faster.
Nah, it's a lot better. I still don't have a booster, but that's fine. I literally just wanted to come out here and launch a space. Oh wait, do I have a space mission?
I'd really like a dog tag, and I keep getting saddles, and I do not need saddles, but I do want dog tag. Ugh. I wish there was more items you could trade in. Like an NPC just buying all my extra saddles I don't need. Or like a machine that recycles my saddles into something that I can use.
You got excess saddles?
Yeah.
I never have excess saddles.
For fishing. I have
you're
like
fishing?
3 extra saddles. Yeah.
I never
Trying to get a dog tag.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google something. There was asking this yesterday. Can't remember.
I've got an extra fishing pole, 15 raw salmon, a trick wire hook, 36 raw cod, 2 bows, 14 puffer fish, 3 nautilus shells, enchanted book, another bow, tropical fish, another enchanted book, another fishing pole, a lily pad, and 3 saddles.
Oh my gosh, there is a way to build a fish farm.
How do you build a fish?
I'm about to look this up more, but apparently you can use spider webs.
Go on.
Like you know how like you know how now in Minecraft there's physical actual fish that swim around that you can capture.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's doing. Is apparently it's a way to catch those fish. I'm gonna have to do that. I've never messed with fishing too much. It was always boring to me.
Fish make for good cooking.
My go-to food in Minecraft has always been baked potatoes.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people. For me, it's always been.
Well, it's just because you can plant so many potatoes, and the next thing you know, you have so many potatoes, and you can cook them with anything, like any wood or burnable material, and it like triples the effectiveness of the potato. I mean, it's like almost as good as steak. What was I gonna do? Okay, I bought that.
I just played back when like the only farm was wheat. So it's always been wheat for me. I mean,
I'm just glad they
cows.
added the composter for the seeds, because
Yeah, composter does bone meal, right?
composter, it makes bone meal. Yeah, you can put anything, like any natural item in there, like any plant.
I was about to say, can I put rotten flesh in it? Because I've got a lot of rotten flesh.
I doubt it.
So I was thinking of like a dirt recipe. And I think a good dirt recipe would be gravel and like some type of organic, like oh, like a block of gravel mixed with like a couple of like plants around it,
New mission received.
because the dirt that you're using is like good soil because it grows plants and stuff. So organic material would add to that. Maybe a fish.
Well, I actually thought that composter would have been a good source for dirt. Because
Yeah, that makes-
that's like literally what you get from dirt, or from composters.
Yeah, good soil.
Because to me, I'm like, well, bone meal's. I mean, I kind of get it, but I'm like, bone meal comes from skeletons, but at the same time, I'm like, I understand it. I guess if food is still something you need, well, food's still something you need, even if you're on peaceful, right?
No, you always eat.
No.
I mean, you're always full on peaceful.
Okay. I was just kind of thinking, I was like, well, because you need bone meal to grow some food or to grow some trees. I'm like, I guess they wanted to give people another way to get bone meal without having to fight things.
Oh, bone meal can be used as a white dye.
It's true, that too. I always forget about lapis being a... Although I don't understand why redstone can't be a red dye.
Yeah, beets make a red dye, right?
Me?
Yeah, I think beets should.
I never
Beets,
grow-
So like
I never grow beets, so I don't know if what all they can do.
in real life, beets like stain clothes and stuff,
Yeah, they're really bad.
and they're also high in sugar. So like you should be able to make sugar from beets as well. I just want Minecraft to start adding like more industrial stuff, like tobacco and stuff, but they'll never add it. Wine, tobacco, artisanal goods,
I'm shocked they haven't added cheese though.
cheese. Yeah, cheese is something that would be age appropriate to the game.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
unlike the wine and tobacco that I want.
Just
I was thinking they could do apple cider, but that might be pushing it too.
I wish they'd just add more food, like crafting things, like things you would craft the food you grow into making. Because like stew's fine, but you can't stack stew or soups. But I'm like, why can't there be something you can craft that maybe takes like 6 different food items, and that's not a cake that you have to place down, but like you could craft it, and like eating that one item like refills half your health, half your
Pizza.
Exactly.
They could do like
They have an oven, they have
Yep.
furnaces.
it's like there's no tomatoes.
See, that's another thing. Tomatoes and cheese, that would be the biggest things out of the game.
And then there'd be so many different kinds of pizzas you could make.
Yeah.
And Minecraft gets like wacky food, and you already have fish, so like anchovy
Oh, this-
pizza.
And so I get used to how to fly because this engine's like too good. That's the thing.
could also add
The better
pineapple
engines you
for
get,
mine.
the quicker it responds to things. That's all of a sudden you're like whipping back and forth really fast.
Make your ship heavier. Slow it down some.
Oh, he shot me. Wow, he took out all my back shields. Yeah, that's one issue. They're slower than I am, but they hit hard. Okay, get to my mission. There's Waypoint. Yeah, we're traveling a whole lot fast. Dang it, stop shooting me. You're not even part of my mission. He just wants to die. Come on.
sometimes I just play games. Like, I was playing Metal Gear Solid a lot recently. And, like, I got one of the guys on the ground, told him not to move, and the alarm went off, and he got up and pointed it, like, he started to go for his gun. And I'm like, okay, so you want to die today.
Yeah. Oh, I might need a better, like, capacitor, I think. My weapon's draining a little too fast. Wait, that's the...
I have a lot of cursive bows.
A lot of what?
Cursive vanishing items.
Oh. I don't understand that. What's the... There's no, like... There's nothing fun about that.
I think it makes you invisible.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
I thought I meant like the
Yeah.
item. I thought I meant the item disappeared.
Maybe. I'll go throw it and see what it does.
I figured
think of,
it
like,
just meant
maybe
like
when
as you
I'm
use it,
hiding
there's a
item.
chance that it disappears while you're using it.
Yeah.
That could be wrong.
I'll see what happens. Cause like, I had a bow in Cursive Vanishing, but it didn't do anything. I shot enemies with it, they didn't disappear, the bow didn't disappear. I didn't disappear.
This is how this
I mean-
works.
Let me drop this. Oh, it's still visible. Oh, it has mending?
Ow.
Oh, I need them.
That's
so.
good. They just need to add a way where you can take an enchantment off an item and keep the enchantment.
Yeah, like put it on a book.
Like, even if it was a thing, like... Even if it was like, it's going to take an entire stack of lapis. Like, I don't care. Add something. Oh, we got 3 of them. See if I survive this. Ouch. Got me. They just stay put and Of course, the one in front of me didn't target. Let's get you. Come on, come on. Dang it. There we go. This should be the last one to get. This seems new. There's a new target. Okay. Be able to repair a lot. Better music.
Wait, why are there zombies spawning in the daytime? I realize it, it's thunder.
Oh, is it raining? Please be the last mission. Can't light it up. I've always felt lousy at space in this game. I think if I'm struggling, other people are probably struggling too.
When I played it, I remember it being kind of clunky and really bad at it.
Go. This weapon is definitely a whole lot better than the other one.
Come on, give me a dog tag. I got it.
I guess there's gonna be one more way.
Just getting fish.
Here's another.
So is piloting a good way to make money?
Yes and no. If you're starting off and you have nothing else at your disposal, yes, it's a great way. But if you, like in this game, I came in and like I used the there's veteran rewards that you get for like having an account that's so many months old, and there's a few key items that you can get that sell for millions because they're valuable. There's one specifically that you can get, and you can only get it one time per account. It's you use it and it will give you a crate of 30,000 units of a resource, of any resource that you want in the game. And it's just really valuable because you can make it a resource that either you really need, it's like a super high quality, or you can make it something that you know people will buy.
Yeah.
Hey, Alpha Gaming. Just doing.
Hey, it's Alpha. Welcome back, dude.
I'm just doing missions to level up my space right now. About to get off of here though soon.
Wait, you're telling me you have other things in life to do besides play Star Wars?
Yeah.
Responsibilities.
You know, those kids, they don't take care of themselves.
Some parents think they do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sometimes I have to tell my son, I'm like, do you realize how lucky you are? Like some kids your age are actually taking care of their younger siblings. He's always like, what? Like he doesn't get it.
Yeah.
It's like I explain him other people's situations, because I'm like, I don't know if that would have done any good to me as a kid. My parents told me that, so why am I telling him that?
Kids just don't understand it.
Takes time. Alright, please be the last space mission. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out of that space.
We've got 5 more missions for you to do. You have to fly from here all the way to Naboo. Tatooine.
There are missions like that where you have to hyperdrive to another space station. Actually,
I mean, at least it's a hyperdrive.
yeah, it's fast.
Like, if you had to, like, not hyperdrive from an outer rim planet to a core world, that'd be awful.
Well, this ship so far is doing a whole lot better than. Oops, I think I took out his engine or something. Yeah. Actually curious to see what I looted. I probably looted some. Oh, there's 4 of them. This is probably the last one.
Mending is such an
Such a what?
amazing enchantment.
Yeah. Oh, they might take me down if they blast me with too many more of those rockets.
Like, I just want Mending and Silk Touch for my diamond pickaxe.
I had on vanilla Minecraft, and this was on the computer, I had a pickaxe with, it was efficiency, mending, I can't remember. I had like 5 enchantments on it. But then I had a sword. I had a sword that had 6. And I had someone try and tell me like, that's not possible to do. And I'm like, well, I'm legitimately telling you, I did it. They're like, it takes so much experience. I'm like, okay, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Like, yes, it took me a buttload of experience to do it.
But there's tons of EXP fun.
Yeah.
Like, you can just sit there and get tons of This wandering trader is selling absolute garbage. Stuff is dirt. Literally selling dirt. Which is good, because I need dirt, which means dirt's renewable, but like...
There's more space missions. Does this ever stop?
No. They never stop. Space stops for no one.
I mean, you're joking, but it literally may not. Because it may be one of these missions where it's like meant to make you grind. Oh yeah, I'm maxed out on space experience. Alright, one more.
One thing, in my opinion, about Minecraft is like, Mojang knows about farms. They're aware of this, and they do things to prevent people from making farms. But at the same time, they do things that make people want to have farms, like scaffolding, spider farms. It's like no one wants to go out and collect all that string by hunting down spiders all night.
Yeah. But can't you turn wool into string now?
Can you?
I think so. Or you can at least turn string into wool.
I know you can turn string into wool, but if you can turn wool into string, that would be amazing.
Could be wrong. That may be a mod thing.
If it's duty and you end it, there is no penalty.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what I was thinking this was. I'm gonna kill this dude and leave. Because I'm tired of fighting.
By the way, what are you doing, Alpha?
I think I'm too fast for him now.
Come on, give me a dog tag. Or silk touch.
Dog tag.
Yeah, I want a dog tag so I can name my chicken.
Oh, you mean a name tag?
Yeah, got one. Got one.
Is that something you get a lot from fishing?
Yeah. I was getting a lot. Now I'm getting like none. I had a bunch.
Yeah, Alpha was saying I can still farm experience. And like, yeah, you do still farm experience, but I'm already at a point where I can go see the dude for training, so I'd rather do that instead. Gosh, I want a booster. I should have bought a booster. I'm impatient. It's one of the reasons I still love my Jedi, because he has horse run.
A skeleton horse! No! Oh god!
So you ever come across this skeleton horse that gets hit by lightning?
Yes, that's what just happened.
Oh yeah, they're awful.
I was like, oh, a skeleton horse, that's so cool. And then lightning struck, and then there was like 50 of the dudes.
yeah,
Scared me.
it's pretty bad.
Where's my armor and stuff? Okay.
In space.
Oh, sorry about the screaming, chat. Okay.
Get there. So do you want to do Minecraft on Friday?
Yeah, we can do Minecraft.
I'll probably pick a PS4 game and do Wednesday. So that means nothing for tomorrow.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, there's 3 of the horses.
Those suckers, they stay a while too, because I had one on a server that did that, and he was there for like I mean, I think a couple of days later I was there, and there was still one of those horses around.
Oh, this one jumps so high. That's crazy how high that went.
Alright, what space thing did I just get? Special tactics. I got pump reactor. I have to put that in my space action. Alright. It's been so long since I've done the space stuff. I don't even remember all the things you get. Oh, there's the droid program astromech stuff. So yeah, as you level up, you get your astromech certifications, and you get your you can program the different skills you can program your droid with. Yeah, so here's like weapon overload, weapon tuning. You can do engine overload. So if you're trying to run away, or just you just need to get faster to catch up to something, you can overload the engine. So that's the next thing to get. Yeah, I'm not going to spend too much money on upgrading this ship, because then I'll get another ship just in like 2 more skills. Called the IN fighter. It's better. Alright. Before I leave, let's go check. Oh yeah, I got mail. Oh yeah, I bought stuff. Let me log out to check out cargo. I just want to see if he sold anything.
Working on my space tier 6 territory. Okay, I could not read that word.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I think if you keep fighting, you'll still.
he's higher up than I
sorry.
am. I'm like tier 1, tier 2. There's a mining ship you can literally get where it's pretty beefy. Like you can load it up with a lot of weapons, a lot of or you can build it up with a lot of like heavy. It's got a huge mass, so you can build it with. You can stock it up with a lot of good equipment. But it's not meant for fighting. It's meant for literally mining asteroids. So you get space resources doing that. Alva says I've got him beaten every other place except for space. Honestly, the stuff I've got in the game really is just knowing what I'm doing. It's because it's just knowing what I'm doing because I know what stuff sells. I know what to go after. Why is this not logging in? Stream hasn't crashed. But I'm gonna put on be right back. I'm still here. Gonna I think Star Wars Galaxies crashed on me. Let me start that. Yeah, I've got another chat window here. I've got to figure out. I wanted to add make a bigger one that's just for like a just chatting screen.
Which ship is the Y8?
I think is that the mining ship, Alpha? You have to do like a special quest for it, and I think it has to be like in Kashyyyk space, which is a little bit tougher space, or maybe the TARDIS ship, not sure. Yeah, she's big. Because if I'm not mistaken, most ships you can put like a front and back armor plating on, but I think you can take 4. There's actually some people who do missions in that just for the experience. Load this game back up. Crash on. Weird. The game crashed. Yeah, I had the Y8 though, and I had to set it up, and I had it just to use it occasionally, but I didn't really do much with it. Yeah, I even had the KSE fire spray for a little bit, the Boba Fett ship, but I didn't care for it. The Anakin Skywalker ship he has in Episode 3.
The what?
You know the beginning of Episode 3 where Anakin and Obi-Wan have that same ship, but that's like one's yellow and one's brown.
Yeah.
You can get like a version of it in the game, and that's the one I used for a long time.
Question: Can you I think they're called Jedi Starfighters. Can you repair anvils, or do they just break?
No, they break. Yeah, they break over time, and unfortunately, it doesn't take a whole lot to break them.
No.
I did hear something though. One time, I haven't verified if it's true. that you can only use an item on an anvil 6 times, and they were saying that that's in regards to the item itself. It's like if you have a sword, you can only use it 6 times on anvils. So they were saying that in regards to enchanting, because they said if you enchant stuff and you repair, that you need to make sure you have all your enchantments done before you would do your repairing. I haven't verified if that's true.
I hope that's not true.
I told it to somebody and they hadn't heard that before, so I don't know if it is true or if I was reading I could have been reading something that was old.
Yeah, I picked up YT 2400 for 30k, and that's a good fit. Grind ship ETA to Arctica, right?
I think it's
Alpha's also top.
Yeah, I think it's the artist. What are the name of it? I remember in the game I think they just called it Jedi Starfighter.
It has a name.
Yeah.
I know it has a. I used to know these things when I was like in middle school, but I haven't.
Yeah,
stuck with me like
ETA2 Actus Interceptor. I liked it because it was small and you could make it really fast.
Yeah.
But it was tricky.
Star Wars
That's why I had to
Battlefront
spend all my money, because I kept buying things that were good but had a slightly smaller mass to them, so I had more space to put something better.
I have a pick. Awesome.
Okay, back. Yeah, somehow SWG just crashed on me. Nope, didn't sell anything those last 2 hours. I used to have so much business in my game that would happen. I'd be playing and like an hour would go by and I'd sell something. Alright. Well, I'm gonna log off here, but I'm gonna leave it doing the RE arm. But literally he's gonna sit here sampling something until it pops up and says there's a sample of a high purity. And that will, when I click that, it'll give me 1 tick on this thing. When I get these, it'll give me this collection item, and this will give me a cybernetic arm I can install on him.
That's the arm you've wanted to get since I first watched you.
Yep. Either takes you a long time to get it, or it still takes a while, but you can either take days and do it, or you can sit there for hours in one day and knock it out. Because you have to go and find a location with this really high percentage resource.
I hate Endermen so much. If they didn't grab my blocks, I wouldn't mind them. But they keep touching my blocks. Like, just put the sand down. I only have a limited amount of sand.
Are they in your house?
They show up in my house and just takes blocks
How tall?
out of my house.
How tall is your house? Is it 4 blocks tall?
Yeah.
If you make it 3 blocks, they can't spawn in there.
Oh, dear God. I attacked one of those. Oh, no. This is not going good. Okay.
Alright. Well, I'm going to sign off. Alpha, thanks for joining us again. Mint, as always, thanks for coming by.
No problem.
And as the screen showed, if you're watching and you want to give me a follow on here, it'd be great. If not, go to YouTube, give me a subscribe on there. Like I said, new schedule. Hopefully, if I get figured out, and if it works good for me, I'll add it. I think you can add it to the schedule on Twitch. I'll have to look and see how to do that. But it should make it easier. Time-wise, it'll still be the same timing, but just 3 days a week instead of 5. Alright, I'll leave cargo here, and I'll see you guys later.
See ya.